Hey guys, it's Jacob with chartslinger.com. See, we're going to go through our watch list update for Thursday. All right, so first off, let's go with our market assumption here, looking at SPY. So we had yesterday a crazy dump after hours with the Chinese tariff stuff coming out after hours. And today we had what I hoped would happen, which was a huge buy the dip event. And we're coming right back up into this 280 area. So this is super bullish. And I think with the earnings and everything coming out next week, starting tomorrow actually, and next week, this is going to propel us back over this 280 level. And hopefully get us back to the highs very soon. So that's my market assumption. I'm pretty bullish in the near term. I think tomorrow probably we may have a little, dip back down. Probably not too bad, but maybe just a little bit, just because we've been so bullish this past week. So you give everybody a chance to kind of balance out for the Friday. So I think we may get a little good dip yesterday or tomorrow, but then I think next week we just rally on up. All right, so let's move on to the watch list. So once again, we got Netflix, and I'm still holding my call debit spread. In Netflix, I'm trying to get as much out of this thing as I can. So we're trying to keep it above the 395 area, and I don't think that should be any problem going into earnings next week. Netflix usually rallies into earnings, and we got this nice little cup forming. Looks like it's forming a little bit of a candle, and then probably gonna spike on up through those highs, if I was to guess. So we should be okay on our call spread. All right, moving on. To MasterCard. MasterCard was a huge winner for us off the watch list today. Really proud of this call here. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so if you recall, we got in down around this level here. I think it was this day right here. So we saw that the momentum was turning up, and it was still in the squeeze at that time. And then we had the SPY momentum in our favor, and this thing just exploded right into the 1272 extension. I actually got out a little bit early this morning. I think it was right around 206 is where I got out, but we ran this thing all the way for 87.5% profit. So that was really nice, and I think some of you guys followed me on that one and did really well also. Actually, if I wasn't so eager to take profits on this, because I was kind of a little bit worried that might lose some of it, I could have held it, should have held it probably all the way up into this 1272 extension, the 208 to 209 area. That was my initial target for this thing to reach before it pulled back, and I had to take the profits early, which you can never go broke taking profits. So there's nothing wrong with that in my book. That was a really, really nice trade for us, and for anybody that followed us on that. So tell everybody how good you did on that one if you made money. All right. So we're going to keep this one on the watch list just because I want to kind of see where it goes and where it plays out, because I really love this stock. I mean, eventually it may even go up into this 1618 area, but eventually it's going to come back down into this 21 EMA, and when it does, we'll be right back into it. All right, so Visa, same kind of deal. This thing just exploded. It didn't quite make it to the 1272, but it really blew up today, and we took some profits. So this one we made 53.1% on that trade. Really, really good. And again, I could have held it longer, but I really wanted to take those profits as they were presented to me. So that's what I did. And okay, go to EA. We got a really nice pop in EA coming off the squeeze. Squeeze fired off long here today. So I had an old position in here, if you recall from some of the other videos. I had an old call position that came back for a profit, and I took that off today. I think just to close it out for a profit. I think I made like 30 bucks on it, but anyway, took that off, and I may enter this again tomorrow because it's breaking out above this structure. And I may enter this tomorrow, see where we open up. If we open up way up here, I'm probably not going to get into it. But if it ends up pulling back to the breakout line, I may enter that, because we got to run up into earnings here. Let's see when the earnings, the 26th. So that's 2 weeks. I may get into that tomorrow. See how the action looks. Amazon is just on fire. Hopefully some of you guys are playing Amazon coming out of that squeeze. I mean, Amazon is pretty much with Amazon, guys, anytime you get that squeeze, you can pretty much bank that this sucker is gonna go, because that's where you're getting the best price, right around that 21 EMA, and you got the volatility squeeze, and the funds are just hopping on this thing at those levels. I mean, look at this explosion right here, and then you get it again here. So anytime you see Amazon in a squeeze, play it long, I'm telling you. All right, another one that we're in that's not really paying anything yet, which I'm kind of worried about it, what it's doing right now. It's looking like it wants to roll over a little bit. Hopefully it comes back, but it's looking like it wants to kind of roll over. It's kind of chopping up this 21 EMA now. I was kind of hoping for a pop after what we got yesterday, but it just didn't happen. And I think if we start losing any more on this, I might just take it off and let it play out a little bit more before I get back in, if I get back in. But still holding it for now, so we'll see what happens with that. Expedia, this one was losing yesterday on us because we got in up here, I think. And, you know, it had a kind of crazy day yesterday with all the tariff stuff, but we had a nice run back up today, and we got back green today. So still holding that one. And you can see my current positions down here. I'm just going through the watch list up here for you guys, but these are my current positions right now. I got Netflix, Expedia, TJX, KSS, which is still holding for a loss, which I'll talk about in just a second, NVDA, Twitter, and ATVI. I'll get to that in just a minute. But anyway, Expedia is back green for us. Hopefully that'll pop up really nice tomorrow, or maybe going into the early part of next week, and I can take it off for some more profit. Apple, I know you guys like to trade Apple. So you got this thing crossing back up the zero line on the momentum. There's no squeeze, but momentum's carrying it higher. I think it might keep going. You got the EMAs, or the moving averages, kind of really close together here, and I think that thing's probably going to end up keep going higher, at least into earnings. And I'm not going to play it right now. I don't really like playing Apple, but I know some of you guys like to play Apple, so we'll keep it on the watch list just because the action looks decent here. Moving on to Darden Restaurants. This was our short that we had, which didn't really work out. We thought it was going to work out because this thing was kind of just dumping into the 109 area and it was looking okay, and then boom, we had to jump right back up today. So it may still come back down. You get the momentum coming down, but I just don't feel like messing with it. I'm not really comfortable shorting things, so it's going against me. I'm just gonna get out. I don't feel like messing with it. It's not that big a deal. I'll just move on to the next trade. So until this thing starts to look like it may dump again, I'm just gonna stay out. All right, TripAdvisor. This was another one that we were watching, so it looks like the squeeze has fired long. I may get into this one tomorrow because we have the squeeze firing off here and had a really good day, up 1.5%. And we had the squeeze firing long, momentum's carrying up, and we had really nice volume. So I may end up getting into this one tomorrow. And we had an inside day. See that? We have the inside day candle. That means that the candle we had today is trading inside the range of the previous day. So that's a really, really good sign. This thing might gap up tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the broad market. Okay, Twitter. Twitter, I kind of like this flagging action. And we had a nice bounce off the 21 EMA. So really probably not the best setup with this one. I'm just trying to grab any kind of gap up if we have a gap up tomorrow. That's what I was kind of hoping for with this one, is just a gap up in case we get some super bullish action going into the open, which is looking pretty good so far. I don't know, these things might just kind of hold up at these levels. They're kind of at the resistance levels right now on your futures, so we'll see what happens, but hopefully we can get a nice bump up, at least up to the highs, and close this thing out for a real quick profit. Another one that I added, Activision, ATVI. This is a runner from way back. I mean, we've hit this thing back here before. This is a pretty good mover for the price of the stock, but it's breaking out over this long-term kind of cup and handle pattern, and we got a squeeze and we got some nice volume coming in, and the momentum's turning up. See the dot there? And we had a really, really huge move today. They went 3.5%. So we got some good volume coming in. The same thing yesterday. Had a bigger move yesterday. So I probably should have got in yesterday. I just didn't catch it. But that's okay. I might try to get in tomorrow on this one as well. We got to move into earnings on August 2nd. We got plenty of time to play this one for a nice move higher. You had this long kind of consolidation pattern, and it's breaking out above it. So unless it just wants to come back down to this level and then go, it's looking really good for a move higher. So I really like this one as well. Teledyne Instruments. It's one of the instrument companies that we use in my lab. That's kind of cool. But this one is one that caught my eye from the scanner. We got a squeeze on. Momentum's moving up. It's coming, bouncing off of this 21 EMA area. Had the 21 moving into the 50. You got all these dots here indicating momentum's moving back up. And we had a nice candle today, 2.4% up today. Excuse me. So this one's on my radar as well. I might look at trying to get into this one too. If nothing else, maybe to sell some premium, because it's a nice high price stock. I could probably get some really good premium in this thing. All right. Another one to look at is Google. Kind of have the same kind of pattern here. This kind of long-term consolidation, testing that 1200 area once, twice, 3 times today. I'm thinking this thing's going to break out to some higher moves pretty soon. If you play Google, which a lot of people do, especially in the options world. Another one, SRG, just found this one off the scanner tonight. Nice big cup and handle pattern. Got the squeeze. Momentum's moving up. It's bouncing off the 21. Not the cleanest pattern, but you know, if we can get a move off this 21 EMA back to the highs, hey, that's a nice trade. So we'll take a look at that one as well. ADI, another one I found off the scanner tonight. Analog devices. We don't have any squeeze here, but it might be coming soon, just looking at this action. But it's bouncing off the 50 up through the 21, kind of what we saw in SPY the other day. So we're looking for a move into the highs. That's what is that, like a $3 move, $4 move. That could be really good with call options. And that's it for the watch list right now. So hopefully we get a continuation from what these futures are doing right now. We got the ES, which is S&P's, right about up 6, so we're right above the 2800 level, 2804. Nasdaq's 7402. The Dow futures are right under 25,000. It'd be nice if we could bust up above 25,000 and stay there. Okay, that's it, guys, for the watch list update for Thursday. Going into Friday, it'll be July 13th tomorrow. Okay, see you guys in the chat. Happy trading.